Morning. My remote is not working this morning. Technology. I'm telling you. Some days it works and some days it just doesn't. Let's straighten you out a little bit. Alright. I have no idea if that's straight or not. Close enough. Alright, we'll leave it at that. Oh yeah, okay. Again, no plan, but I have a few things to discuss. Alright. I was experimenting with glue and glitter, but it started out with the hot glue stamps that I made. Remember those on those prescription bottles? Anyway, so I started experimenting with just some tacky glue. So I wrote out the word hello, dumped a bunch of glue on it, and let it dry. And then this is the end result. Hello. So, it turned out rather well, actually. I could probably, glitter. Not my favorite thing, I must say. I'm sorry, it gets everywhere. Even though I sprayed a fixative on it. I just used fine hairspray, but it still gets everywhere. It ends up in my eyebrows and in my hair. Oh, it's a mess. Anyway, if you're going to use glitter, just be prepared for the mess. So that's one of the ones that I used. The other one, okay, I also used the cheapy glue from the dollar store. This is just the Crafts Tacky Glue. It works just as well, but glue has a tendency to spread once you've written with it. So this one didn't turn out as well. Bear with me. I do know how to spell and write. So this one does say celebrate. My daughter makes fun of me. She goes, "Celebrate? What are you talking about?" No, it's celebrate. I don't know if you can make it out or not. Anyway, an experiment, that's what we do sometimes in the studio. We just try different things, see if it works, and if it doesn't work, that's okay. We've just wasted a little bit of glue, not the end of the world. But the beauty of these, I don't know if you can see it or not, I just painted these with my alcohol inks that I got at the dollar store, actually. And it almost looks like watercolor, so if you look up close, you probably can't pick it up on the camera. I don't think it'll, I don't know. Anyway, so I love the color. So the theory of it is you could really do something quite cool with it. Again, experiment, see what happens, because you never know. You might find out something that you didn't think of before, and it works perfectly for whatever project. I couldn't find a lot of these word stickers or word puffy letters or whatever. So making my own was the next best thing. I also did hearts, those gold foil puffy hearts that you can, a lot of people have them in collections. I don't prescribe to, or subscribe rather, to a lot of crafty places or anything like that. So I'm not really accessing things that a lot of other YouTubers and scrapbookers do. So what I've done is I've just made my own little heart. And I put gold foil on them. You have to let these dry first, then put a little bit of glue on them. I know it seems a little counterproductive, but then you put the gold foil on them. I like that they almost look antique. Again, you could do these with just glitter, put the glitter on it when it's wet, and then again, spray fixative afterwards. You're good to go. You never know what you end up with. I did end up finding enamel dots eventually, because you have, let's see, these ones, they're not enamel, they're just the flat back pearl or whatever, which are nice. I have quite a few of those. Our Dollar Tree has those. But at our Buck or Two, I actually found an array of enamel dots because everybody else had them. I wanted some. and I found some. So, which makes me happy. Yeah, so I don't know. Like I said, you know, experimentation is half the fun. Necessity is the mother of invention. We try to do different things and see what we can come up with. So, yeah. What else? I do have a few other ideas for jewelry and things like that. My daughter asked me a few little things. So I might come up with something for Friday on that one. I'm throwing this one in here for, you know, just for something to do today. I don't know why. Don't ask. Uh, Actually, Creative Frenzy. Last Friday, I was in a Creative Frenzy, actually. And I made traveler's notebooks. Like a lot of travelers. Like a lot. Okay? And the reason why they're this size is so they can fit this in the acrylic bin. In this particular one, because I like this one. And it just happened to work out perfectly for me. So traveler's notebooks come in all shapes and sizes. Some are smaller, some are bigger. It doesn't matter. The beauty of them is that you can travel with them, obviously. The other beauty is you can either purchase them and buy new inserts for a nice leather-bound cover, or you can make your own, which is what I'm doing in my case. So I have a lot of scrapbook. I mean, a ridiculous amount. But a lot of them are quite old. They're not part of a collection. They're part of a bin, not a bin, Costco back in the day used to have those accordion plastic folders, and they have all the different papers in them. And they're color book or color block with the 2 dots on top of the O. And I don't know if those are from Costco or if all, I don't know. Regardless, there's a ton of papers in them. Lots of different colors, lots of different patterns, but not something you would use on every single layout. So they're not really conducive to the bigger picture. So what I've done is I've taken all my favorite paper, coordinated papers, and made traveler's notebooks. So the first one I started with, actually, was this black and white one that I got at the dollar store. I love the patterns. It's got damask and stripes and floral and polka dots, and so this is the one I started out with. So the outside cover of each one of these is one of the specialty pages from the paper pad. And then, you know, you could make more if you want to. Each one has about 6 separate sheets, so there'll be about 12 sheets altogether kind of thing, because you flip them open, right? So I just put a pocket in them, a little tag. I had them on hand, and I just used scrap papers I save all the scrap paper so I can use them in the traveler's notebooks. But again, you know, it's like some of them are very plain, like plain gray, or then, you know, you have this one again. And then I just added this one from a different paper, from my paper stash, actually, because where am I going to use that? I don't know. Would I use it? I need 3 lifetimes to be able to use a lot of this paper, but, you know, some of it's really cute. Like, I like this pattern, but, you know, I only have so many scrapbooks and so many photos and whatnot else, so I just did it like this. It is scrapbooking on a smaller scale. Now, obviously, you don't have to use them as a scrapbook. You can, which is what the beauty of it is, because it's on a much smaller scale. You can write the date on here on when you started and when it ends for you. Like you could just do for this one booklet for January, or one booklet per child, or one booklet per person, or you can do your budget in one, banking in another. I don't know. Use your imagination. There's lots of different things you could use it for. So again, this is another one. It had a lot of glitter papers and gorgeous, you know, just French writing on it and lace look, and I used some of the pages for some scrapbooking. The thing is, it's kind of a romanticized kind of paper, so it's not something I would normally scrapbook with, but as a little traveler's notebook, they're quite cute, you know. they read as a very interesting, you know, you look at it, it's like it's on a much smaller scale. So it's a little bit more interesting to look at. So I just, you know, did some green. And then there's some music paper in there. Like, I just put different patterns in there. And some I color coordinated with the front cover. Others I just sort of threw whatever I felt like putting in there. This is another one. It's cute. Some have pockets, some don't. Like this one. I've had this paper collection. I got it at the dollar store a little while ago. And oh, I have it upside down. Anyway. But look at the colors. They're gorgeous. But would I ever scrapbook, realistically scrapbook with them? Or even make cards with them? Not likely. And I don't know why. But it is what it is. So because these have such gorgeous colors on the outside, I kept them very similar on the inside. So the colors, you know, this is part of it too, but I dispersed the purple and the green, obviously, because it's got purple and green on the outside. So it just, you know, you get to play with colors a little bit. And that's part of the fun too. And you use up your stash, which is what I enjoy. I can give these as gifts. I could possibly sell them. I don't know if I would, but, you know, if I were to make one of these for my daughter or for someone who has a little one, you know, if they want to do some scrapbooking on a small scale, these are big, perfect gifts. And like I said, you know, you get to use up your stash. You get to go through your papers. Like I have those iris cases, which I've stood upside, like handle up, which is much easier for me to get to. I used to stack them, drove me crazy. So it's like, okay, why don't I just put them the other way? What if they fall over? So anyway, I did it. They don't fall over. They stay put. So I'm happy go. And happy go. Happy girl. That's the word I'm looking for. No, it just makes it much easier to access. And, you know, your studio should be for easy access to things that you want to get to. And you want to be able to see your stuff. You want to be able to use what you have. And that's what these Traveler's Notebooks hopefully will do for me. Whether or not I use them all is a different story. A lot of them probably be given as gifts, actually. And I can't speak today, apparently. I'm sorry. I am tripping over my words. I don't know what it is. I woke up this morning very groggy. Maybe it's still a residue from the migraine on the weekend, but I find always afterwards I feel a little bit out of it. So maybe this is not the best thing to be doing today. But I wanted to show you one of my creative frenzies. So again, you know, Traveler's Notebooks, they're a lot of fun to make. And I think they'll be a lot of fun to fill up with whatever you feel like doing. So there's that. Let me know what you would like to see. Are you interested in filling up a Traveler's Notebook with me? I don't know. I do my weekly chronicles in a different kind of album. So it's, you know, it's 4x6. It's smaller, but it's still, you know, I try to do week by week. This is just a one-page layout. You can just do one page. And even a double spread, it wouldn't be that big. So if you were to do a double spread in here, it still wouldn't be overly tasking. You know what I mean? So if you only have time for a little bit, I think it's a good way to go. And you wouldn't have to spend a whole lot of money or time or effort on it. So, like I said, you know, you go to the dollar store and you find a lot of your supplies there. And if you can't buy them, you make them. So, I don't know. We shall see. My daughter has recommended me to do a small video on how to fix your own jewelry. So, I'm hoping to find some household items to see what I can do. So stay tuned for that. Yeah, let me know what you would like to see. Give it a like, comment, and subscribe. And let me know what you think. Not that I'm running out of ideas, because there's always more ideas and there's always more to discuss, but I would like to know what you want to see. So do you not like these little rambles that I do, or, you know, do you want to see more in depth? I only have so much space on my phone, so that's the only key thing that I have to be concerned with. So process videos are not always the best thing. I could try and break it down if that's what you would like to see. So we could do 20 minutes at a time for each process. That might take me a little bit longer to do, but you could do it that way too if you want. So if you'd like to see something like that, let me know. And I hope everybody's going to enjoy the sunshine today. It is really gorgeous out, and it's not as cold as it was the other day, so that's good. Mother Nature seems to have calmed down a little bit, so we'll see how the weather holds. It's supposed to be nice this weekend, so I'm just going to enjoy the sunshine for today, and I hope you do too, and we will talk again soon. Bye, guys.